Hey, Dwayne, CFRN. Shalom. Listen, somebody messed with my sound settings on that last video, so I don't even know if you can hear it or not. Hopefully you can. It's the one called After the After Show. Emini Futures Trading with Men Who Trade. 8/21/13. Now, today's still 8/21/13. It's 10:42 p.m. Pacific Time. Just going to do a real quick video, recap some of the stuff from the radio show today, because I'm going to be honest, the videos that are lined up to get uploaded and all the whatnots to get, there's a line, but there was some good stuff today, and so I'm going to do a really quick one, and I'm just going to jump start. I'm going to push this one to the head of the line. I'm just going to go ahead and upload it. It'll end up being out of sequence, but that's okay. I got to put a date on it. So let me stop making excuses and just make the video. Alright. Today is Wednesday, 21st day of August 2013. I already said that. 10:43 p.m. Here's the Sunday night Globex Open. We bounced off the weekly trading zone. In case you don't know, trading zones go out to the partners every Monday morning before the market opens. Once they're out, they're carved in stone. They say this, they stay the same for the entire week. We don't change them or modify them. They just are. What it does is it kind of frames up the market for the upcoming week. It's our gridiron, our playing field. You can hang a lot of names on it. You can call it a ladder. Price moves up from zone to zone to zone, that kind of thing. However, whatever works for you. Use it. Okay? Alright. So, into Monday, we're bouncing off this upper zone. We take a run down. We hit the zone at 1646.47. 46.47. And then mysteriously, price turns up at 41.42. Our weekly trading zone is way down here at 29.30. What's up? What's that all about? Let's take a look. The market always whatever your question is about what's happening or what just happened, okay? A lot of people on Monday were left wondering, why'd the market turn up here? Or Tuesday morning again. What's going on? There's nothing here. It's not a zone, it's not anything. Well, the answer is always in the chart. And you got to go all the way back to July 10th to find the answer. Most people would never go back that far looking for the answer. But here it is. Clear as day. Okay? Alright. So then what happened? Well, price goes up, consolidates here at this zone, 46.47 for 3 hours, and then makes a 2-hour run. See, consolidates for 3 hours and then a 2-hour run. Not unusual. Sometimes we'll see price consolidate, look here, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. And then we had a little aberration here, but then look what happens. In 1 hour, we go zone to zone. Okay. So we had a tweet, consider being short from 1649 to 1647. It's not a big deal. It's a 2-point trade, but we've built our kingdom on 2 points, so nothing wrong with 2 points. It goes originally from 49 to 47 to the tick. Spends an hour there. Bounces back up to 47. We have this thing. We believe that important prices in important areas are almost always tested. We get a second move down to 47. Price consolidates for hours, moving sideways in the zone. We then go back up to test 49 one more time, back down to 47. So a tweet that was originally just a simple 2-point tweet. Consider taking, in fact the tweet, if you go read it, it says consider taking 2 points from 1649 to 1647. But we know that important prices in important areas are almost always tested. So what happened here, really comes not as a surprise, but 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. That's 6 points. Our weekly goal is 10 points. 2 points a day. Am I trying to brag or boast? No, I just want to point out to you that even when the ranges are constricted and congested, if you can read the chart, you can find the little pockets of opportunity that will allow you to make the money that you want to make or need to make, whatever your goal is. Okay? All right, what happened next? Well, price started to break down. But before it broke down, in fact, back when we were up here, we put out an additional tweet that said, all right, if price breaks below 1643, consider being short. Knowing full well that we have a zone down here, okay? We also know we've got a Fed minutes meeting coming out. So what happens? Price breaks through 43. We get a 2 3/4 point drop. 2 3/4 points. And that just no drawdown, just boom. Following hour, we get a drop down to 41.5. So we get 2 3/4 points, 1.5 points, and then we get the Fed minutes. Price runs up to our zone at 53.54, all the way back down into this area right here. Okay. Then we get a reaction, and right here on the 4-tick range chart. Now that's not a 4-tick chart. That's very fast. A 4-tick range chart is a completely different animal. If you don't know what a range chart is, investigate it. Whether you come trade with us or not, it's a great chart, and it really can help you with your trading. But we'll be happy to show you what it is and how we use it if you want to come and take our free trial. We were able to identify at this price right here, 16.50 sellers. After this big bullish run up, price ran all the way from 16.36 all the way up to 16.54, almost 20 points. But then at 16.50 we were able to ascertain, based upon the slingshot, that suddenly the sellers had taken control of the market. Up here. I know that seems a little hard to fathom, but it's actually true. If you come into the live trading room, I'll show you how we did it, how we know. It's not witchcraft or voodoo. It's just reading the chart. That's all. And so what happens once sellers take control? Our slingshot actually gives us an entry to be short the market at 16.47.5, and price drops down through zone, down through 16.43, all the way down to 16.35. Now, on the way down, we sent out another tweet. It said, consider being short below 16.45, knowing that our target ultimately is going to be 16.29.30. But at the end of the radio show today, in the after show, I said, okay, guys, here's the deal. Whether you're still short or not, I want you to consider being short below 16.35 for a move down to 16.31. And of course, the natural question is, well, wait a minute, don't you mean 16.30, where the zone is? And my answer is no, 31, because here's what happens. Whenever buyers spot an area where there is a high probability of support, they will come in early because they don't want to miss anything and run it up. Now, the same is true of sellers. Sellers will come in early because they don't want to miss anything, and they'll knock it down. Okay? So by putting our target 1 point above the weekly trading zone, we make sure that we don't allow a potential winning trade to turn into a losing trade. So we get triggered at 35 on that tweet. Now remember, we were triggered here 3 times. We were triggered here 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. Now we've hit this one at 1635. We make our run down to 31. Okay. We get our points. Come back, test the 1635. We've basically gone sideways now for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. But look at this swing low right here, 1633. Remember, this number is 1635. If you go out and look at the Twitter feed or the Facebook page, I should probably just put the number in so that it's easier to see and remember. Okay, we had another tweet at 35. So 35 takes us down to 31.5. So what does that give us? 3.5 points? Yeah. So 3.5 in this move. We come back to test the 1635. Just like here we came back to test the 1643. Just like here we came back to test the 1649. And it gives us 2 points. Okay. 35 down to 31.5, 3.5 points. .5. Okay. And then goes back, tests the area at 35, drops, gives us 2. Now remember, we built our kingdom on 2 points. 2 points a day. You can make as much money as you want to make off 2 points a day. The answer is not more points. The answer is consistency in your trading. If you can consistently take a couple points a day out of the market, you can make as much money as you want to make. If your goal is to make $100 a day, 2 points will do it. $1,000 a day, 2 points will do it. $100,000 a day, 2 points will do it. I know. It sounds, if you haven't done the math before, sit down and do the math. It is a function of math, but then once you do the math, don't let yourself get carried away, okay? Don't get all heady, don't get giddy. Ground yourself. The math, those numbers aren't lying to you, but they can kind of help you to get carried away. So ground yourself, okay? That pendulum swings both ways. So now what are we waiting for? Well, we've come back after this move down, which gave us 2 points. Do we dare actually wait for this thing to drop from 1635 back down to 1633 and give us another 2 points? Do we dare? We dare. We're daredevils. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to wait. Let's see, 35 down to 33. That would be right there. Right, let me open this chart up a little bit. No reason you have to squint. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So the swing low is 33.25. To give us the exact 2 points, we need to go one more tick. Now, I wrote in a blog post tonight that 1.75 is a beautiful thing. We always talk about 2 points. We built our kingdom on 2 points, blah, blah, blah. But I always try to inject into that conversation that you can do the same thing with 1 point or 3 points. It's not about how many points you take out of the market. It's the fact that you can consistently take some number of points out of the market on a daily basis. And over time, with profits you earn in the market, increase the number of contracts that you trade. Okay? So could you have just jumped out here with 1.75? Absolutely. Can you hang out and wait for the 2? Sure. You can do anything you want to do. It's your E-mini futures trading business. You call the shots. That's also the thing that makes it difficult for new traders. Oftentimes, a brand new trader has never been the boss. They've never been the one to call the shots. There's always been somebody looking over their shoulder telling them what to do. And now you have this incredible newfound freedom where, man, you can just point this mouse, you can click, you can sell, buy, whatever you want to do. And with one click, in the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which we're looking at right here, okay, with one click of this mouse, if I buy one E-mini contract, I have to put up $500 of intraday margin, $500, and I suddenly control $80,000 of equity in S&P 500 companies. The best of breed, the best of the best, the S&P 500. A company has to really have it going on to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, if you will, the S&P 500. And so, to think that I can control $80,000 of equity for $500 intraday, that's a little heady, right? But that's exactly what we're doing. Now, this trade here is going off at 10:58 p.m. Pacific time. Well, what's that margin cost you? Well, the good news is if you open the position when the market reopens, see, even though the clock still says today's Wednesday, or the calendar still says today's Wednesday, we've already begun the Thursday session when the markets reopen 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday afternoon, after that little short break they take. Now, of course, the New York Stock Exchange, the stock market, that's not going to open until 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern time. But the futures market, it opened tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Thursday session. And so right now I have access to day margins because this is the new day session from a Globex perspective. A lot of people don't know that. And that's kind of a powerful little thing to know, right? I don't know what sort of equity margin, what sort of margin you have on your equities with your broker right now, but it's probably not. You probably have 2 to 1. If you've negotiated, you may have 5 to 1, even 10 to 1. But $500 to control $80,000 of equity? Whoa. So what does that mean? Well, it means if this is how powerful that margin is. Now, remember, that pendulum swings both ways. Okay? This knife is sharp on both sides, so don't kid yourself. You must use a very aggressive risk management. That's what we teach. But if price moves just 1 point, just one, that's $50 per contract. Now, if I put up $500 in margin to trade that one contract and it moves 1 point, just one, that's a 10% return on my investment. If it moves 2 points, that's $100. That's a 20% return on my investment. Where in the world do you know that you can go and get 20% return on your money in a day? Is it any wonder that we take a couple points a day and walk away? You almost feel guilty. Oh man, I better get out of here before somebody catches me. I just made a 20% return on my money. Wealthy people have money gathering dust in vaults, if you know what I mean, for less than 1%. And here we are, not the upper crust, not the 2%. We're working class people earning 10-20% a day on our money. Now, again, let me say this, that pendulum swings both ways. That sharp knife, it's a double-edged sword. Trading is risky. You can lose all of your money. That's why when you come and take the free trial in our live E-mini trading room, you're going to see Michael, our lead trader. You're going to see him use the most aggressive risk management you've ever seen in your life. You always hear that old saw about, well, you got to give the trade some room to breathe. He doesn't give the trade any room to breathe at all. That trade better hold its breath. Because if he doesn't get some instant gratification, and even if he gets instant gratification, that stop loss, it's going to break even plus a tick, break even plus 2 ticks. He's going to chase that thing like a rabid dog until it comes back on him and stops him out. Next. That's how we roll, okay? Aggressive risk management. That's the thing that will keep you, the new trader with a small account size, this will keep you in the game long enough to learn how to play the game, okay? I don't like to use the term game because we take this business very seriously. This is how we provide for our families, put groceries on the table, support charitable works, send our kids to college, pay the mortgage, you name it. Okay? We take it very seriously. The key is to learn to think in probabilities, and that's something that we'll teach you if you become a CFRN partner. But the first step is to take the free trial. So you get out there right now to cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. No credit card required, just your name, your email address. You're going to get an automated email reply. Make sure you click the confirmation link, because if you don't, everything just dies right there. Until we get that confirmation link clicked, because we use it's called a double opt-in process. We hate spam as much as you do, and so until you verify that you really want to take the trial, we're not going to send you out the information. So you may have to look in your spam folder, your bulk folder, your promotions folder. You're just going to have to look until you find the thing, okay? Once you find it, click it. I'll be notified that you mean business. I'll go to my computer, or one of the other team members will go to their computer, and we'll send you out an email the old-fashioned way. In other words, we'll sit down and just type it out. We'll send you the link to the live trading room. We'll send you the password. We'll send you the link to download our platform and our indicators, because we don't want you to just sit and watch us trade real money in real time in front of real people for 5 days. No, 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 no. We want you to get actively involved. We want you to roll up your sleeves and go to work. You're going to watch a couple days. You're going to get familiar with the setup and the platform. By day 3, you'll be trading right along beside Michael. Now, you'll have access to the platform 24/7 for 5 trading days. So after you watch him trade for 2 hours a day, you'll have 22 hours a day to go out and trade other markets. Here's the beauty of our system. You don't have to learn how to trade the S&P and gold and crude and soybeans. You just need to learn one setup, one time frame, one set of indicators, and a 5-step process. Using the 5-step process, same time frame, same indicators, you can trade the S&P 500, the Russell, the NASDAQ, soybeans, crude, gold, the yen, the euro. I don't know of a market that you can't trade using the slingshot. That's what we call our little setup, the slingshot. Now, we have a lot of other tools in our toolbox. We have a lot of other setups, a lot of things we'll teach you if you should decide to become a partner. But what we're going to teach you in the first week is how to get up and running, how to learn how to trade. We're going to teach you how to read a chart. Once you learn how to read a chart, then we can teach you how to trade. We can teach you how to trade, we just can't make you a trader. Okay? You have to do that. Only you can make you a trader. If anyone else tells you anything different, you need to, I don't know, run, because no one has that power. A person can teach you everything they know, but what you do with that information is ultimately up to you. My son's 11. I can take him down to the ball field, day after day after day, I can teach him how to play baseball. I can teach him where first base is and second base is. I can teach him how to stand, how to hold the bat, how to catch a fly ball, how to pitch. I can teach him all of that. But I can't make him a ball player. Only he can do that. You follow me? Now, if you're serious about learning how to trade, if you're sick and tired of chasing gurus and chat rooms and silly things that go cluck in the night, if you want to be able to sit down in front of a chart, any chart, and understand what's going on, know where the buyers are, where the sellers are, know who's in control of that market, and where the next high probability entry is, that's what we can teach you. We can teach you that. What you do with it, that's up to you. But it all starts when you go to cfrn.net/apply, spend 5 days. Oh, and along with the 10 hours that you get in the live trading room, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, you'll also get 5 hours of video instruction. On top of the 10 hours of live instruction, you're going to get 5 hours of video instruction that you can watch over and over and over. So at the end of 5 days, when it comes time to make a decision as to whether or not you want to embark upon a 90-day learning journey, and whether or not you want to own our indicator set for life, you'll be well informed. You'll have all the information you need to make that very important decision. So with that, thanks so much for tuning in. Take good care, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning in the live trading room.